Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, your host, Jeremy Donaldson. Later, we'll be talking to the captain of the territory's first club football team, Professor Pumpkin. But first, I'm joined by three guests with some balmy bodily behaviours. Joining me is a woman who's been hiccuping for over 9 months. Isn't that right, Miss Piercy?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Tell us, what brought all this on?
Well, it's all a bit of a blur, Jeremy, to be totally frank with you. So I was watching your show and I remember seeing the news about the election and it hasn't stopped since.
Fascinating stuff. Also here is Frankie Steampipe. Perhaps you could explain to us exactly what your physiological foreboil is.
I'm here to say it's high time people like me were respected. We're constantly overlooked in the workplace, we're whispered about on buses, and we're asked politely to leave children's birthday parties. And it's disgusting.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, my bowels have comic timing.
And finally, I'm joined by a man who answers every question honestly, even when it isn't aimed at him. How do you cope with that,
Das
Mr.
ist eine
Freeman?
super Angelegenheit.
Booze, self-hatred, and hardcore pornography.
Is that right?
Not according to my therapist.
Well, in that
Er muss
case,
anbleiben, der Lüfter.
let's speak to Rose. Tell me, how does the hiccuping impact you?
I get shushed a lot, which is hard. At work, they've asked me to stop answering the phones. It's really affected my confidence.
Well, I find it really fucking irritating.
Do people tend to believe your
This-
story?
Fuck no.
Actually, I've been surprised at how much support I've received.
And Frankie, why have you come here today?
Because my wife left me, and I was hoping that the fame would win her back.
We've started a group for people with ailments deemed broadly comical by society. It's called Take Us Seriously.
That's right. And we bloody well mean it.
And who's joined so far?
A bunch of fucking losers.
It's just us so far.
And how much success have you had?
Well, we've seen some real positive changes.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's been a runaway success.
Shit all. Not a single person come to our phone run, and all
Shit.
of our leaflets fell in the canal.
Well, Miss Piercy, some people are saying your condition was actually caused by the shocking events of that night. What do you think?
Come down, Mr. Donaldson, that's absolute rubbish.
What it'd be like to have a pair of tits.
Could you? I'm sorry, it's very hot. What was I thinking?
That you're a team fuck puppet?
No.
Or a sellout cunt?
Apologies. Just a reminder that he can't help it. And hey, if this isn't live television, then what is it?
Fuckfest of propaganda masquerading as journalism.
Right, Frankie, Rose, tell us, how can the viewers get involved with your cause?
Yes, we're holding a sponsored run in Capital Park next weekend. It's called the No Smiles 13 Miles.
No, it's called the No Laugh Half. What did I say before the show?
That it was the team pulling Jeremy Donaldson's strings.
No, I didn't say.
Oh, wow, we
say
may
that.
have to end that there, unfortunately. What a harmless bit of fun.
Steady on!
This is exactly
Oh,
what
die
I'm talking
security.
about. We demand respect.
Yes, well, later, I'll be talking to Professor Pumpkin, a ginger tabby with a world-class pair of penalty paws. Is that really necessary?
No, it isn't. Let go. Not you.
Unhand him at once!
Enough! That's enough!
Interessant.
Enough!
What are you doing?
Trying not to piss myself.
Alex, cut.
Don't you dare!
Holy shit.
Dare cut to the ads before I tell you to. Now, you in the broadcast centre, Bozeman's little scapegoat, you listen to me. You cut to the ads before I tell you to, and I will kill every single person in this studio. I am thinking about what I'm doing. I've been thinking about it for a long time. We all should be. Christ, it's so fucking hot in here. Do you remember when we used to do the real news? Before it was all lottery winners and bloody cat football? We are on the brinks of a siege the likes of which the world hasn't seen in hundreds of years. The enemy is at the gates, and I'm stuck here talking to these three fucking idiots.
I think my hiccups have stopped.
You three, get the fuck out of my studio. Go on, now, go, before I change my mind. Jenny, lock the doors. Lock the doors.
Yes, Jeremy.
Now, good. Yes. Now, right then. You in the broadcast centre.
Ja.
Alex, you listen to me. You pay attention. Now, I'm sure you've already loaded up exactly what you're going to play in the commercial, but today is going to be a little bit different. Look to your right. Yes, really.
Ich hab
Look
das Teil
to
schon
your
drin.
right. There is a VHS tape, and I want you to load it into one of the machines. And when I say so, and not before, you play it. You've got about 15 seconds, so I wouldn't waste any time. Now, all cameras.
Alex, I know I've doubted your competence, but surely even you know better than to play that tape. We don't take orders from armed lunatics. Play a normal advert or there will be consequences.
Or but now, we're going to show the other side for a bit. For a bit of fucking balance. Like the good old days.
Ich will das aber spielen.
Alex, play the fucking tape. Now, I don't want to hurt any of you. If I see anything I don't like, I will not hesitate to start.
Oh, Alex, you're going to get me in trouble with that. Let's
Reset
hope
the
you
system
made the
for the
right
first
call.
segment. I imagine the ratings are going to be through the roof.
You've heard them talk about us on the news. We are disrupt. We are the resistance.
Okay.
It's time you knew the truth.
Das könnte jetzt mit... Das hört sich an wie Watch Dogs.
You know the elderly are not a burden. You know the rich were not all evil. And you know the team membership card is an ID card, no matter what they try to tell you.
Mhm.
But why should you trust us?
Ja.
Another faceless organization. A shadowy figure with a distorted voice.
Yep.
You've seen it so many times in the movies. Well, this is not a movie.
My name is Alan James. I used to try and shock people for a living, for entertainment. But now we live in a time where perhaps you need to be shocked. Perhaps we need to wake up. Advance are coming for our freedoms. They are coming for the fruits of our labours. They will take our wealth. They will euthanize our parents and smiling throughout. They will turn our children against us if we voice our concerns.
Mhm.
But you don't have to accept it.
Ach, ist immer noch da mit seiner
Very many
Waffe.
people already won't. You can resist. You can disrupt. Find us. Talk with us. Join us. It isn't hard. We're everywhere.
This was unexpected.
So what now, Jeremy?
It was supposed to be your day off.
God, please, don't do any more stupid things today.
How long? How
Die
long?
Viewership ist halt krank.
We're already live.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Joining me, unexpectedly, for I very much imagine will be my last broadcast, are two new guests. Jenny works here at the National Nightly News and is someone I consider, well, a friend. And next to her is, what's your name?
Andy.
Andy's a policeman. Only we don't call him that anymore. He's a community cohesion official.
Officer.
Sorry?
It's community cohesion officer, CCO.
And how's that feel, Andy? Being rebranded?
It's good. it's not about confrontation anymore. You know, the force had its fair share of problems. The team doesn't have as many.
But it still has some.
I couldn't say.
Couldn't or wouldn't?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Christ, you're useless, aren't you? We'll come back to you later.
Mir
Jenny?
fällt gerade auf, ich habe das Falsche an. Das hier brauche ich.
That's perfectly understandable. Who'd want to do this? Jenny, why did you join the National Nightly News team?
I always wanted to work in news.
Yes, but why specifically this program? The National Nightly News.
It was the news everyone trusted.
Was?
Is. Do you really want to quibble semantics at gunpoint?
Is there something else you'd rather discuss?
Well, there is a great big Alan James-sized elephant in the room you seem to be ignoring.
What do you mean?
I saw your face when that hood came down. You didn't know, did you?
It's about the message, not the messenger.
Like I said, you didn't know.
No, I didn't know. The people I met were with, he wasn't there.
God,
I didn't know it was Alan James.
I'm sorry, but seriously, Alan fucking James. You're flushing your life down the toilet for... God, I love you, Jeremy, but...
He's a good speaker. He's popular in the country.
That right?
Look, forget Alan James. There is still something deeply wrong. And you know it, Jenny. And you know it, Andy. And you at home, you know it too. Meanwhile, I'm interviewing a guest who stinks of shit. Patrick is paddling about in shit. And Robin is literally interviewing someone who collects the fucking stuff. I mean, it's not sophisticated, but what a metaphor. We are sleepwalking our way into oppression, and the news isn't saying anything. We're not saying anything.
Says who? Alan fucking James.
What are all those scientists working on at Grantham Downs? What are they testing underground at Altergrave? Andy, your turn. Make yourself fucking useful. How many people have you brought in for consultations just because they weren't carrying or didn't have team membership cards?
Oh, well, there's other forms of identification that we will accept.
For how long?
We're just here to help.
Then why do you need these? Not really help when it's offered at gunpoint, is it, Andy? Let me demonstrate it for you. Let me help you. You read these cards with my notes on it, and you'll probably digest a fact. That'd be helpful, wouldn't it, Andy? Knowing a fact?
What? I don't understand.
Do you want my help,
Yes,
Andy?
yes, whatever you say, yes.
Security are here, Jeremy.
Eat it.
What?
Eat the fucking news, Andy, or I'll force it down your fucking throat.
Jeremy, stop.
Go on.
Really?
Eat it. Eat it, you fucking bully.
Jeremy, stop. They will kill you. Please, don't make me watch that.
Of course. You're right. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. You can put the card down now, Andy. You can go now. You too, Jenny. Fuck off over there. We're nearly done. All cameras on me. This new regime of ours is so seductive. I understand that. But before we all hand off our freedoms, should we ask to whom we're handing them over? Don't you want to know what's being done in your name? How many people were transitioned last month? A record high. Again, if you care. Shouldn't someone ask Advance how they plan to deal with this blockade? How many years or months of supplies we have? Why aren't we asking these questions instead of whose shit is this? There's a cat backstage dressed as a fucking goalie, for Christ's sake. He's even got the little gloves. Anyway, that's why I arranged for you to see that broadcast in the last break. I didn't know it was going to be him, but I guess that just about sums it up. We are all up Ship Creek with a paddle made of Alan fucking James. Christ, it's all so fucking pointless. I was going to quit tonight. Take a holiday. Try something else. Out of the limelight. Maybe try having a relationship. I hear they're nice. Never tried it. I loved the news. And now, well...
God, Jeremy, don't!
I've tried my best to be honest with you, but this just isn't the news anymore. And I'm
Cut to
sorry.
the ads.
I've lost this fight.
Alex, think of the consequences.
I've let you down.
Please, we can't show
All
this.
of you.
Cut to the ads.
My name's Jeremy
Now!
Donaldson.
Do it now!
If you can. Somehow. And I
Oh, ich
envy
weiß nicht.
Have a peaceful night.
Jeremy!
Oh, Segmentbewertung E. Das Donaldson-Problem wurde gelöst. Alleine diese Aussage. Einige unangemessene Ausdrücke wurden gesendet. Mehr Interferenzen als Nachrichten. Mimimi. Das hier kann ich nicht sehen. Ach so, angemessen editiert. Schlechtes Timing der Werbepausen. Advanced ist verärgert über die Inhalte. Ventile hervorragend gehandhabt. Yay. Juhu. Okay, machen wir weiter. Du erhältst einen kleinen Bonus. Wir sind nicht mehr Battlearm, sondern wir sind technisch nicht negativ. Nice. Okay, Advanced geht runter. Channel 1 mag mich nicht. Aber wir haben bei der Rebellion Punkte bekommen. Aber ich weiß nicht, ob... Also, ich habe irgendwie ein gutes Gefühl, wir haben den Typen ja schon mal ganz am Anfang in einem Interview gehabt. Da war der komplett crazy. Gleichzeitig sind die von Advance aber auch crazy und die von Channel 1 lassen sich halt manipulieren von Advance. Ich weiß wirklich nicht, was richtig und falsch ist hier. Keine Ahnung. Ganz ehrlich. Ich weiß auch nicht, ob es irgendeine Möglichkeit gibt, das tatsächlich verlässlich im Vorhinein rauszufinden. Diesen Tag 297, ein denkwürdiges Band. Du wachst auf. Zum Teil stehst du noch von den Ereignissen unter Schock, die du vergangene Nacht in den Nachrichten gesehen hast. Was du gestern Abend in den Nachrichten schneiden musstest. Als du die Treppe nach unten gehst, siehst du deine Familie im Wohnzimmer sitzen. Sie warten auf dich. Du setzt dich neben Sam auf das Sofa. Sam schluckt und redet zögerlich. Wir hatten gestern Abend solche Angst um dich, nachdem Jeremy mit der Waffe... Sam erstickt in einen Schluchzer. Es war schrecklich. Im landesweiten Fernsehen. Wie konnte er das tun? Und jetzt? Nach einer entsetzlich langen Pause fragt Sam, geht es dir gut, Schatz? Ich kann nicht glauben, dass er weg ist. Ja, ich komme schon klar. Ich kann nicht glauben, dass er weg ist. Sam schaut zu Charlie, dann wieder zu dir. Wir haben gesehen, dass du dich entschieden hast, dieses Band abzuspielen. Dann folgt eine Pause. Und ich habe einfach nicht verstanden, warum. Was heißt, es fühlte sich richtig an. Ich hatte das Gefühl, dass ich keine andere Wahl hatte. Er hat gesagt, er tötet sonst alle. Und er hat sich am Ende getötet, sprich, es gab durchaus einen guten Grund. Er war also crazy genug, um das zu tun. Ich finde, dass du das Richtige getan hast. Nun ja, es war eine verrückte Situation, aber es war richtig, das Band abzuspielen, sagt Charlie ruhig. Du wusstest nicht, wie viel dir seine Unterstützung bedeuten würde. Es ist gut, dass du deinen Sohn an deiner Seite hast. Ich persönlich glaube, dass du in einer unmöglichen Situation warst und hast es irgendwie geschafft, die richtige Entscheidung zu treffen, Alex. Sam umarmt dich. Du warst ganz allein in diesem Studio und musstest diese Entscheidung treffen. Niemand kann kritisieren, was du getan hast, und ich bin stolz auf dich. Du warst noch nie so dankbar, dass Sam dich unterstützt hat. Du atmest tief durch und sammelst deine Gedanken. Du hast eine Menge zu verdauen. Du bist nicht ganz sicher, ob du die Geschehnisse der letzten Nacht vollständig verarbeitet hast, geschweige denn, was Charlie und Sam darüber denken. Du lächelst deine Familie erschöpft an. Du bist hundemüde. Du hattest keine Ahnung, wie besorgt du darüber warst, aber als Charlie einen blöden Witz reißt und ihr alle lacht, spürst du, wie die gewaltige Anspannung von dir abfällt. Sam massiert dir den Rücken und sagt ihm, dass er den Fernseher einschalten soll. Du könntest dir nichts Besseres wünschen. Tag 365, ein Festtagsupdate. Als du gerade das Frühstück beendest, kommt Sam mit der Post herein. Hey, Susi hat uns eine Postkarte geschickt. Ich hoffe, sie hat viel Spaß auf ihrer Reise. Sam liest den Text auf der Postkarte laut vor, während du dich für die Arbeit zurechtmachst. Jetzt habe ich gefühlt fast ganz Irkistan gesehen. Ein wirklich cooler Ort, aber auch so kalt. Ich hoffe, Chippy hat sich über das Geschenk gefreut. Und ehe du etwas sagst, ja, du hattest recht. Das zweite Paar Socken hatte ich bitter nötig. Sam gibt dir unter dem Tisch einen leichten Tritt. Dann nahmen wir den Zug nach Konislava. Dort ist es viel wärmer. Außerdem kann man dort die vielen Strände genießen. Ich hätte ewig dort bleiben können, aber bevor es zu kalt wurde, mussten wir noch nach San Palmerino. Ich bin so froh, dass wir das gemacht haben. Vor uns liegen wahrscheinlich noch 1 oder 2 Zwischenstopps, dann geht es nach Hause. Ich verspreche aber, dass ich rechtzeitig zu Weihnachten zurück bin. Ich hoffe, allen geht es gut. Auf Susi. Klingt wie ein toller Trip, jeden Cent wert. Tag 371. Wäre ein Bildschirm, bevor die Sendung beginnt. Warte nicht, bis du live bist. Ja, das machen wir meistens. Also wir versuchen es zumindest immer. Ob es immer funktioniert, ist dann am Ende eine andere Sache. Aber wir geben eigentlich immer unser Bestes. Die Frage ist, wenn Jeremy jetzt weg ist, wer macht dann die Nachrichten?